The Python's Bride. Part 3. As Ojo and Ada approached the palace, the weight of the prophecy bore heavily on Ojo's shoulders. The village was still in turmoil, and the people anxiously awaited any sign of hope. Ojo's mind raced with thoughts of her destiny and the looming threat of the plague. The palace gates creaked open, and the two friends entered. The king and the elders rushed toward them. "May the gods be praised for your safety," the king said, his voice trembling with relief. "How did you escape, Ojadili? We feared you were lost forever." "No, father," Ojo replied. "Ada took me somewhere." The queen emerged from the shadows, rushing to embrace Ojo tightly. "My daughter, I was so worried," she whispered. Once inside the palace, they gathered to hear Ojo's tale. "Where did Ada take you?" the king asked. "She led me to the wise woman of the olden days," Ojo explained. "The wise woman of the olden days?" One of the elders echoed in disbelief. "Yes, my elders," Ada interjected. "My mother once told me a story about the wise woman. She is the only one who can withstand the wrath of any god and has her ways of appeasing them. Before she passed away, my mother gave me directions on how to find her, believing that one day, I might need her help. When the serpent came, I remembered her words and decided to take the princess there." The king leaned forward. "And what did she reveal to you?" Ojo took a deep breath. "I have seen the future. The old woman showed me what will happen if I do not fulfill my destiny. The people of Ukana will suffer a terrible plague, far worse than before. It was terrible in the time of our fathers," an elder murmured, his voice heavy with the weight of memories. The queen's face turned pale. "What must be done? Is there no other way aside from marrying Ojadili?" Ojo hesitated before answering. "I must marry Ojadili, the serpent god of the forest. It is the only way to prevent the plague and save our people." The queen's eyes widened in horror. "Marry him, but he is a monster." Ojo nodded solemnly. "I know, but it is the only way to ensure the safety of our people. We have no choice." The queen's voice trembled as she turned to the king. "Our only child. No, something must be done," she cried out, leaving the elders and everyone in tears as she stormed out. The mood in the palace was grim. Ada stepped close to Ojo, refusing to leave her side. That night, they both lay awake in their hut, deep in thought. Suddenly, Ada had an idea. "My princess," Ada began, "if there is a plague, there must be a cause. And if we can prevent that cause, maybe you can escape your destiny." Ojo looked at her, intrigued. "How? A plague does not just happen without reason," Ada explained. "The people must have done something to bring it upon themselves. And if Ojadili was the one to remove it, perhaps it was because the people did not correct their mistake but instead sought another way to stop the plague." Ojo nodded slowly. "Yes, but what mistake are you talking about?" Ada continued. "I think I understand now. This is why my mother once told me that my destiny is tied to yours and that I must stand by you through it all." Ojo looked at her friend, confused. "What do we do?" "Get dressed," Ada said, her voice filled with determination. "We need to go somewhere." That night, the two girls escaped from the palace and went straight to the shrine. The oracle was shocked to see them at such a late hour. "Welcome, daughters of Ukana," he said, his voice echoing in the stillness. "What brings you to the shrine at this time of night?" "Great one, eyes and mouthpiece of the gods, may you live long," Ada said with a respectful bow. "May you live long as well," the oracle responded. "Before the plague that led to the covenant between Ojadili and our forefathers, the people of Ukana lived without such suffering," Ada began. "The gods are not mad, nor are they evil. They love their people and would not watch them perish for no reason. Please, we ask you to inquire of the gods on behalf of the princess and me. What did the people of Ukana do to bring about the plague, which led to the covenant with Ojadili?" The oracle stared at Ada for a long time before finally speaking. "Great daughter of Ukana, you are indeed the savior foretold by prophecy. A prophecy once stated that until a savior brave enough to save the innocent lamb is born, the lamb will never be provided. No one knew what the gods meant, but now I understand. The princess is the lamb for the sacrifice, and you are the lamb's savior. Welcome to your destiny. Ada and Ojo exchanged a glance, their resolve strengthening. I will tell you what the people did to bring the plague upon themselves and what must be done to appease both the gods and Ojadili. But first, are you ready for this task? We have only 7 market days, Ada replied. Our time begins now. The oracle smiled, and with a knowing look, he began his incantations as they watched in silence, knowing that their journey had truly begun. Watch out for part 4.